Hello, Willowbrook family. Today's deep dive is into Acts chapter 4, verses 1 through 4. Have you ever had the police called on you when you were doing nothing wrong? Now, most of you probably haven't had that happen to you. But if you have, it's a really strange feeling. This is exactly what happened to Peter and John when they were preaching in the temple. And things did not go over well with the religious leaders. The priests and Sadducees brought the police, which is the captain of the temple, to arrest them. In fact, it was an understatement to say that these religious leaders were disturbed about the whole thing. You know, there were two things that disturbed these leaders. First, the apostles, uneducated common men, were teaching the people. This was the Sadducees' job, since they were the recognized leaders of the Jews. And second, Peter and John were teaching that Jesus had risen from the dead and that there was resurrection of the dead. Well, the Sadducees did not believe in the resurrection of anyone, especially Jesus. They hated hearing this. They were disturbed indeed. So they put him in jail until the next day. The reason they held them overnight was that according to the law, it was too late in the day to begin a hearing to examine Peter and John formally, even though this had not stopped the Sanhedrin from abusing Jesus in earlier days. You know, it is said that adversity can build your character and strengthen your faith. God still uses it to build his kingdom today. Because of that sermon back then at the temple, even though the police were called and there was a big mess, the number of men who believed grew from 3,000 to 5,000. And those were just the men. God is at work and there is no stopping him. Even through adversity and tremendous persecution, his work continues. But here's something to think about. In the Western world today, Christians don't face much persecution. Satan instead has attacked us with worldliness, selfish pride, a need for acceptance and status. But on the other hand, the martyr, who has been physically attacked to the point of death, can impress unbelievers with their courage and faith. But the self-centered, compromising Christian is despised by the world. To see the world won to Christ will not be accomplished by the winners of the world, but instead by the suffering, obedient, and humble servants of the Almighty God. Have a great day in the Lord, Willowbrook.